Hello and welcome to another video for Midas Touch Toys, Games, Collectibles. And today, oh yes, we're looking at something very old and now very, very rare. We are looking at the 1964 release of Gerry Andersons Lady Penelope. And this is in a story called The City of Darkness. Now this is an annual style book which was released by World Distributors and is all based on Lady Penelope as she appeared in Thunderbirds. And this is the front of the book, and it says Lady Penelope in the City of Darkness. And there you can see Lady Penelope dressed in her red and white check dress and a hat, holding her bag and her white boots. And right behind her you can see Parker driving the Fab One, and in the distance you can see the Eiffel Tower. So she's obviously in France. Okay, so that's the front of the book. Let's just turn it over to the back, and what have we got? And there we've got the Creighton-Ward stately manner, as appeared again in Thunderbirds. Okay, so that is the back of the cover. Let's just have a very quick look at the spline. And the spline reads Lady Penelope, the City of Darkness, and World Distributors on the right-hand side. A little bit of damage to the spline at either end, but other than that, the rest of the covers are very, very good. Okay, let's open the book up and have a look inside. Okay, so I've opened the front cover, and this is what we got on the inside. So we've got pretty much the same image, almost the same image. So Lady Penelope's slightly different pose and slightly different colour to her dress. But you've got Fab One, which is zooming down the road, being driven by Parker. And it's got Lady Penelope, The City of Darkness, story by Scott Goodall, and illustrations by Roy Newley. Okay, so first page is a copyright MCM LX41, which is 1964. All rights reserved throughout the world. Published in Great Britain by World Distributors, Manchester Limited. P.O. Box 111, Manchester 1, by arrangement with AP Film Merchandising Limited, printed in the Netherlands. Obviously, AP Film Merchandising was Gerry Andersons' company. And there you can see an image of Parker holding a drink for the Lady P. And on the next page is the start of the story, and you can see that drink that he's bringing there is sitting there on her table, out on the balcony of the Creighton-Ward Manor. And it's cool. It says, The City of Darkness, and the first page it starts, "Ah," said Lady Penelope Creighton-Ward, wriggling deeper into the foam-cushioned deck chair on the terrace. She adjusted her sunglasses and stared once again at the front page of the Global Daily Echo. "Astrocraft crashes on takeoff," screamed the headline. "Third disaster in 6 months at East Anglia Space Research Centre." Lady Penelope read on. "Tragedy was due to a failure in the nuclear thermal rocket motor," she murmured aloud. "Gas being fed at pressure into the cooling system was found to have been well below strength. Sabotage of the main gas supply is suspected." There we go. So that's the start of the story. And it is a original story, wrote specifically for this book, obviously. And it is original artwork images for the story, accompanying the story. So there's the Fab One. And there's the seabird, and there's Parker and Lady Penelope examining an image through the screen. And there is the seabird. It looks like it's underwater. I don't quite know there, but I'm not going to read the story. So if anyone wants to read the story, I'm afraid you're going to have to find your own book or purchase this one, or purchase one off the platforms or what have you. Yeah, it's a nice long story, and it's great, real good colour illustrations, artwork illustrations. The Fab Ones look incredible the way they've been drawn. So they all seem to be going at some speed as well. So, and there's a nice shot, nice image there from inside the car with Parker behind the wheel and Lady Penelope in the back. Again, more images of Lady Penelope. And there's, again, another great image of the Fab One with Parker and Lady Penelope. And the story goes on. I think it's just one complete story, this is. I don't think there was anything else in it. Unlike the annuals where they had other things going on, I'm pretty certain this whole book was just the one story. Yeah, up to page 25. Yeah, and there's Parker and Lady Penelope being blown up by the looks of things. And there she's making some bombs by the looks of it in the back of Fab 1. Driving through the mountains and then having a glass of whatever by the lake. Again, more fantastic images in this book. There's a safe there, which I'm sure Parker is going to crack. And moving on. Again, there's a map there which they're looking at, and they're spying people on the boat. I mean, I imagine that I don't know the story because I haven't read this book. So, but I'd imagine it's quite a thrilling story. It's quite a long story as well. So, usually in the annual style books they were fairly short stories, but this is quite a long, in-depth story. So, and there we come to the end. And the last paragraph reads. Where can we go from? Let's read from here. No, of course not, said Lady Penelope, her pink tongue stuck firmly in her cheek. Now, perhaps we had better seal this chap up again. We'll leave a letter for the local police explaining everything after we tow the machine to shore. I take it you don't want nothing to do with the actual arrest, my lady. Of course not, Parker. You know I would rather do anything than actually admit to my true occupation. Exactly 1 hour later, the tunnel machine with the leaden one firmly tied up inside and a long letter explaining what had happened was bumping gently against the police jetty on the shores of Lake Geneva. 50 yards away on the road to Paris, Parker turned and smiled. Lady Penelope smiled sweetly back at him. Oh, my lady. Oh, my lady. Home, Parker. And that brings you to the end of the story. So there we are. And that's the same image that was in the front of the book. Okay, so let's close that up. So, again, you're going to ask how well these books did. Well, books were such a big thing in the 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s because there was no internet. No videos, no DVDs, no streaming, anything like that. So, if you just wanted to watch something, or watch your favourite TV programme, your favourite characters, you couldn't unless they were on a scheduled airing. So books were a very big thing, annuals, activity books and so on, they were huge. Everybody, whereas now, as the years went on, and the 90s and the 2000s, the early 2000s, everybody's house was full of videos or DVDs. Now it's all streaming service, so things have changed. But back then, none of that was available, so it was all books. So there was books everywhere. I can remember when we was kids, we had shelves and shelves full of books. Even us as kids, our annuals, our novels and so on, our activity books, our colouring books and so on. We had loads of them in our bedrooms. We had racks in our bedroom for all these books to go on. So they were massive things. Certainly all the ones related to TV series were all geared for kids and were just absolutely storming off the shelf. Most of them were released towards the end of the year, so around about September, October, November time, so they were in time for the Christmas rush, because obviously every kid woke up on Christmas morning with either an annual or a book like this, or activity books to do. So very big and very popular items right away through really until the early 2000s. Well, 90s, maybe they slowed down. 90s, 2000 they were running very low. Nowadays, obviously books are nowhere near as popular as they used to be. So, but anyway, this particular book in particular is a very rare book now. Not many of them have lasted the test of time. Because it's 60 years old, and obviously children's books were not made to last that long back in the day. So they very occasionally pop up on the platforms, and again, you have to be a bit vigilant of what you're actually buying. Do have a good look if you're buying on the platforms, because one person says it's a very good condition, one other person might say it's only an acceptable condition. So be very careful if you are buying on the platforms, and have a good look at the pictures to ensure that what you're buying is what you actually think you're going to get. Or of course, we at Midas Touch have managed to find a few of these, and they are currently available to purchase on the Midas Touch website. And we do give a full description and images of the book so you can see the quality, as we have done with this one here. And it's available to purchase on the Midas Touch website, which you can get to quite simply by clicking the link below. It'll take you straight to the website where you'll be able to find this and many other vintage Gerry Anderson items, and many other vintage toys, games and collectibles come to that. There's over 10,000 products currently available on the website for you to view and purchase at your leisure. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button, because we're uploading videos for every new item that goes into the website. There will be something for everybody, and I am absolutely positive that you're not going to want to miss this, because we literally have thousands and thousands of new products, which we're shooting videos for and uploading on a daily basis. So if there's something in particular you're looking for, something old that you've never been able to find, something quirky you might want to buy for a friend, or maybe just something from your childhood that you'd like to own again to help you recuperate those long-lost childhood memories. Well, stay tuned, keep watching, because you never know the next item we upload could be that item you've been looking for. Okay, that is it for me on this particular item. I do hope you've enjoyed this very short video. Thank you for watching, and we will see you again next time.